It's the question that's lingered like a ghost in the NBA zeitgeist for the past 4 years. It comes and goes like a whisper in off-season forums, flashes in debates on talk shows, and haunts the highlight reels of what could have been. When is Zion Williamson finally going to take over the league? Not in flashes. Not in spurts. But truly take over. Because here's the uncomfortable truth most analysts already know, but few dare to say outright: when he's even remotely healthy, Zion doesn't just fit in the NBA. He warps it. Like Shaquille O'Neal did in the early 2000s. Like LeBron did as a teenager. Like Giannis in full sprint. When Zion is on the court, actually on it, it's as if the league itself isn't prepared. The schemes, the matchups, the rules of gravity, they all begin to blur. He doesn't look good. He looks like a myth. Let's get the numbers out of the way first. 6 feet 6 inches, 285 pounds. 45-inch vertical. A first step that looks more like a supernova. And a basketball IQ that has quietly matured beneath the noise of memes and injuries. When Zion has played fully healthy for extended stretches, he hasn't just been efficient. He's posted statistical dominance we haven't seen since peak Shaq, only with more finesse and positional versatility. We're talking about a forward who can bully a 7-footer in the paint, Eurostep a shooting guard into oblivion, and finish through 3 defenders like he's brushing past turnstiles. In 2021, he averaged 27 points per game on 61% shooting, something no other player his size, age, and position had done in the modern era. But here's the tragedy. Zion's story so far? It reads less like a highlight reel and more like a Shakespearean drama. A tale of almost. Of what if. A narrative carved by injuries, false dawns, and momentum interrupted at the exact moment it felt like something real was about to begin. Since entering the league as the most hyped rookie since LeBron James, Zion has missed more games than he's played. Not just random games. Seasons. Entire arcs of development swallowed by medical reports and rehab facilities. The pain? It hasn't just been physical. It's been existential. Because for every dunk that broke Twitter, there was an MRI that broke spirits. For every game that reminded fans why he was called the next face of the league, there were weeks, months, of silence. Lingering foot injuries. Soft tissue strains. Hamstrings that just wouldn't heal. And through it all, the noise grew louder. Critics sharpened their knives. The once golden boy became a cautionary tale. They called him overrated. Lazy. A YouTube-era athlete built on mixtapes and wishful thinking. Too heavy. Too fragile. Another Greg Oden. The chatter was relentless and often cruel. Memes mocked his weight. Commentators questioned his work ethic. Some fans, heartbroken and bitter, gave up altogether. But while the world was busy giving up on Zion, he was busy giving up something else: excuses. The off-season shift. Something changed this past off-season. Not just his body, but his mentality. According to close insiders in the Pelicans organization, this wasn't just another training camp transformation. It was a complete lifestyle reboot. Gone were the empty platitudes about working on his game. Gone were the hollow interviews. Zion went dark. He stopped talking and started building. He built an ecosystem. A private chef team that designed anti-inflammatory diets, cutting out processed sugars, red meats, and sodium bloat. Mobility coaches tailored programs based on Olympic sprinters. Breathing specialists. Cold plunges. Sleep scientists. Zion wasn't tweaking his approach, he was overhauling his existence. Even his relationship with the team changed. No longer the aloof star who drifted through film sessions, Zion became vocal. Accountable. Asking questions. Leading breakdowns. Challenging defensive assignments. Locked in was the phrase his teammates used again and again during training camp. But not the kind of forced PR fluff. This was different. It was earned. He dropped over 20 pounds of playing weight. He looked lighter, faster, more intentional. Preseason footage showed flashes of the old Zion, yes, but also a new version, more patient, more cerebral, more dangerous. It's an evolution we rarely see, where a player transitions from highlight machine to foundational cornerstone. And for Zion, that shift is existential. Because hype fades. Legacy endures. The Pelicans know what's at stake. They've built the roster to support him, surrounding him with defenders, snipers, and gritty glue guys. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. A supporting cast ready to run, and ready to believe. If Zion stays healthy, the Pelicans don't just make the playoffs. They become a dark horse contender. Think about the matchup nightmares. A fully engaged, fully conditioned Zion operating as a point forward is a positionless juggernaut. Defenders bounce off him. Double teams rotate late. Paints collapse. And when he kicks out to shooters, or hits the trailing cutter, it's over. He has the downhill devastation of Giannis. The finesse footwork of Barkley. The skywalking bounce of vintage Blake Griffin. And a vision, finally sharpened by experience. That could turn him into the league's most terrifying weapon. But here's the X factor: silence. Zion's doing something most young stars can't. He's choosing silence over spectacle. No overhyped documentaries. No I'm back tweets. Just sweat. Just focus. Because the most dangerous player in the NBA isn't the one talking. It's the one preparing. He's seen what the league can do to young stars. He's seen the highs. And now, he understands the cost. And just when you think this comeback arc couldn't get more mythic, enters the wildest rumor of all: LeBron James. The LeBron factor. Behind closed doors, whispers have circulated across the league, cryptic mentions of LeBron taking an interest in Zion's growth. Not publicly. Not with fanfare. But quietly. Privately. Sightings of the two in LA gyms during the offseason. Conversations after games. Glances exchanged with the weight of mentorship. If true, this isn't small. Because LeBron doesn't waste time. If he's investing, even emotionally, it means something. Maybe LeBron sees in Zion a reflection of his younger self. The scrutiny. The pressure. The loneliness that comes from carrying a city's hopes before you're old enough to rent a car. And maybe Zion sees in LeBron a blueprint. Not just for greatness, but for sustainability. For legacy. Because let's face it, Zion doesn't want to be a highlight reel. He doesn't want to be a cautionary tale. He wants to be a dynasty. So, what now? Now, we wait. We watch. And we don't blink. Because Zion Williamson is walking the tightrope between history and heartbreak. And if this version, this focused, transformed, silent assassin, stays healthy, he won't just take over the league. He'll redefine it. Love a good comeback story? Then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join us as we follow Zion Williamson's most dangerous chapter yet. Because this isn't just a player returning. This is a storm coming.